think we might be live again. Let me know if we are live. Let me know if we are live. Here we go. Yes. Excellent. Excellent. We are live. Yes. Sorry about that. The signal died as soon as I sat down at the restaurant. So I decided to just quit that stream and eat in peace rather than getting stressed over broken signal. And instead, now we should probably have a good old outdoors solid signal again, and I can walk with you for another hour or so. And yes, the lunch was great. I don't know if you saw, but I posted a photo on the community page. It was probably the best hayashi rice I've ever had. So that tells you something. And the owner was super nice and very talkative, and I really enjoyed talking to him. He used to run an Italian restaurant in that shop for 4 years, but now, due to the state of emergency, like basically with an Italian restaurant, then wine is a pretty important part of his business. Since he's not allowed to serve wine, he decided to do something different now for the time being. So he decided to make it a specialized hayashi rice restaurant. So hayashi rice is... what's in hayashi rice? It's like meat is beef, I think. And it's kind of like a kind of curry rice, but without the curry. And instead you have like a tomato-based beef sauce that usually has a bit of vegetables in it as well. So it's one of these like Japanese staple foods that you can find almost everywhere. My wife often cooks it at home, actually. It's very easy to make and very delicious. Yeah, I had a great time and a good little break, so I enjoyed that. And I think now it's might be time for a little beer break since I just had lunch. Yeah, let's get a beer. Let's get a beer. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, the selection. This was a dedicated liquor shop, but the beer selection was still a little bit lacking. So I ended up getting another one of my Orion, my favorite beer on hot summer days, or one of them. But basically any beer tastes great on a hot summer day. So, but this is kind of a lighter flavored one, which you can drink very easily, almost like water. Good to see that almost 200 people has joined me again already. That's very nice. I'm sorry about those technical issues we were having before, but I think maybe it's for the better. I'm not sure exactly how enjoyable my lunch would have been to watch, and now I could just focus on having a good chat with the owner, so it wasn't too bad. Let's see if we can find a place in the shade to sit down and open this one. Might be Easier said than done. It's like midday now, so the sun is really... Yeah, look, by the way, the weather definitely changed for the better. So there's this shopping street, which is very nice, but then it will take me a while to walk through that, and then the beer will be warm. So, I don't know. Let's see if we can find a place to sit down here first. I need to pin the FAQ, and I need to do a weather update, of course. Of course. Oh yeah, here is like... I think this is a famous kakigori shop. There's often a long line of people outside, like right now. Look, there's no shade anywhere. Zannen. Zannen, zannen. Oh, maybe I'll just... Okay, maybe I'll just wait with the beer for a little while then. So yes, Jenny, you asked for another weather update. As you can see, the weather is definitely a lot more. Yeah, the sky is a lot bluer now than when I started the first stream. It says 25 degrees, mostly cloudy. Maybe wind picked up a little bit. Humidity is lower as well. So yeah, there's that. So this is Yanaka Ginza, one of the nicer shopping streets in Tokyo, I would say. I always enjoy this place. Although before the pandemic, this street used to be a little bit like this place started to get really, really popular. So it used to get very crowded and a little bit too touristy. But obviously now there's not many tourists, especially on a weekday. So this feels like what it used to be maybe 10 years ago, before this place got all hyped up and popular. Lots of kind of souvenir shops around here, but also quite a lot of old local places like this fish shop, which has been here since the first time I came here, which is well over 10 years ago. But judging from the look at it, I wouldn't be surprised if that place has been around for 50 years or so. This feels a bit weird that there's a 100 yen shop in the middle of this. That feels a little bit out of place to me. And then also, one should not forget all these side streets, because there's quite a few interesting shops here too. I'm not sure. I'm wondering, I think these seats are just for people buying takoyaki here, and since I just ate, I'm not gonna use that. It would look pretty bad if I sat down there and had a beer and the owner came out and got grumpy with me. And here's the local supermarket. Oh, these are actually quite cheap. 450 yen for a melon. That's very cheap by Japanese standards. Could that really be? Sounds almost too cheap to be true. We talked a lot about fruit prices in Japan the other day on a stream, and concluded that I'm way too stingy to pay the often astronomical prices being asked for fruits in this country. Oh, but here it's actually really reasonable. 500 yen melons, watermelon slices for 330 yen. Quite, yeah, very reasonable. There's some meat shop as well, and also this place is kind of well known for its many street food shops. This used to be a very nice bar kind of place. Like it's a liquor shop, and then they had like some just these crates that you could sit on and drink a beer here outside. But obviously, because of the pandemic, they're not doing it right now. But maybe they will restart that from next week. We'll see. I'm stingy on everything. Yeah, except what? Let's see, what did you say? Stingy on... Oh, thank you, Dave, by the way. Super chat. Except gadgets. Yeah, yes, Michael. I do spend a lot of money on gadgets. That's true. That's true. Here you can also buy some. If I knew I had somewhere to sit, I wouldn't mind eating one of these IU as well. I wonder, thinking if there's any good place to sit down here. Some grilled fish like that would go great with beer. Yeah, I do spend a lot on gadgets like iPhones and Galaxy S21 Ultras and whatnot. That is true. Oh, I think they're doing some sort of TV recording here. Yeah, they obviously do. So this street continues for quite a far distance. Oh, interesting. They're walking around with a Pepper. Maybe Pepper was the host for that show. There's some stained glass atelier and shop. Like lots of small creative design shops and whatnot like that around here. Almost every street corner has some interesting places, and I still feel like there's lots of these small side streets that I haven't discovered myself yet. I always just stick to the main streets, but I'm sure there's so much more than that. Let's see, what else are you saying? Not that much. Okay, good. It's a ramen shop. And yeah, I love all these small side streets and alleys. Yeah, beer is getting shaken from the walk for sure. And my walking style is so rough as well, so I think it shakes the beer a lot actually. But I'm gonna turn around here and head back in this direction, because I think once we get a little bit further down here, there's not that much of interest. So I think I will stick to the route I had initially planned. That will also take us to Nezu Shrine or Nezu Ginza. The beer is getting warm. Well, it's not getting warm that quickly. As long as I can find a place within 30 minutes, I think it will still be relatively cold, but of course the sooner the better. But it's not that hot today, so it's not like the beer gets lukewarm in 5 minutes or anything. Maybe we should have a look down here and see. If we're lucky, there might be... I mean, there's a parking like this, but I would feel too much like a bum if I had my beer there. to Pseudo Park. I don't know where Pseudo Park is, but I know that I just found a great park. This is perfect. There's even a slide. Perfect for a quick beer break. Perfect. How lucky. Yeah, saw the slide. Perfect, right? Let's see. Let's see. Okay, kanpai. So now I have a few minutes when I can check the chat. So yeah, I was very busy before, so I'm sure there was lots of questions and things being said in the chat that I didn't take note of. Alcohol content is 5%. What about Pripps beer? No, I'm not a fan of Pripps beer. Pripps is a Swedish beer brewery, but I think their beer is not very tasty. Will you be in Sweden for your second COVID vaccine shot? Won't you miss the appointment? I think the fact that I got this vaccine booking means that I have to reschedule my trip to Sweden. It might even be difficult for me to go to Sweden at all, unfortunately. But getting vaccinated is a higher priority for me than the Sweden trip, actually. It's really like on the top of my priority list right now. So, yeah. I don't know how it will affect my travel plans. What does kanpai translate to in English? Like cheers or bottoms up, I would say. Yeah, Olive, you're quick. You're quicker than me. Is it crowded in Ueno? I'm not in Ueno anymore, actually. I started the previous stream today in Ueno. It was not crowded. No, it was not crowded. It's a weekday, and there's no tourists in Japan, so touristy places like Ueno or here in Yanaka, it's not very crowded. International cafe. Yeah, now I actually see it's Sakura Hotel. It's so there's a company called Sakura House, which is probably the biggest owner of share houses in Tokyo, or at least the biggest one targeting the international audience. So the first places I stayed in Japan was actually Sakura House share houses, and they also run a couple of hotels, and I'm pretty sure that this is one of their hotels. Kind of, I don't know, something with the aesthetics reminds me of Sakura House. Yeah, usually unusual to see some garbage. I agree. Have you heard of a YouTube channel called Tokyo Lens? Yes, of course. I know him. I don't know him personally, but I know the channel and his videos. Do you like staying in ryokan? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. sometimes it can be really enjoyable when I'm in the right mood for it, and I'm really, that's kind of the purpose of the trip or whatever I'm doing. It can be nice, and I usually enjoy the food served at ryokans a lot. But sometimes when I'm on press tours and you've been like working all day, and then the day ends with you checking in at a ryokan, then I am not always so fond of it, because basically at ryokan you often sleep on the floor on a futon, which isn't there when you check in. So usually, like if I've been out working all day, when I check in to the hotel, the first thing I want to do is just lie down on the bed for a few minutes and relax a little bit, wind down. But at a ryokan, the rooms are not so comfortable. I don't think they're very comfortable. I prefer sitting in a sofa and lying on a real bed when I want to relax. I don't mind sleeping on futons on the floor, but the fact that usually you check in and the room is empty, and then when you go and have dinner, the staff goes to your room and makes the bedding and puts the futon out. So usually before they've done that, you usually only have like a very uncomfortable place to sit, sometimes maybe just on the floor. So yeah. Did you manage to record a 4K video after the Kawasaki walk? No. The weather turned quite sour that day after the stream, actually. So no 4K video that day. Yeah. So I still have no backlog of 4K walks. We'll see. Maybe I will be able to record something today. I hope so. Are they foreign run or half Sakura Hotels? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's a Japanese company, but I think I haven't dealt with them in over 10 years, so I don't know. But I think they do have some non-Japanese staff as well. Does your wife or daughter watch your live streams? No, I don't think so. Besides filming the walking video, what do you do during your casual time? Basically nothing. All my free time is when I stream. All my other time I'm busy taking care of my daughter. So basically, yeah. I mean, I used to play a little bit of video games from time to time, but I have zero time for that now. Hardly have any time to read much. Yeah, having a baby daughter is a lot of work. How does it feel doing the live streams now versus when you started? That's an interesting question. I think I enjoy it even more now. I enjoyed it a lot back then, but now it just feels like yesterday, for example, when I couldn't stream, it felt like, I don't know, it felt wrong. It felt like, I missed you. I missed my viewers. I missed this time to take a beer break and read the chat and just, these conversations. I really enjoy it. How old is your daughter? She is 10 months. Vaccine 整理券来た。まだ来てない。でも今朝ワクチン接種予約しました。整理券は来週もらいます。Morning rain. Yeah, yesterday we couldn't stream, it felt wrong. Yeah. Basically, these live streams is my only social life right now, so I think that's why they mean so much to me. Yeah, I'm just so busy, and then the whole, pandemic also makes me and a lot of other people kind of reluctant to meet in person the way we used to before. すごい天気良くなったね。ね、そうですね。今朝は結構空すごい怪しかった。でも今は青空ばっかりですね。Your opinion on Sony Xperia Mark III? You mean the Xperia 1 Mark III, right? I don't know. It seems interesting. I've never really been convinced by Sony's phones before. I kind of like what they're doing, but at the same time, I don't know. Maybe they're a little bit too pro-oriented. I'm sure it's competent, and I'm sure it's a good phone. Yeah. So I'm almost done with the beer and ready to go. こんにちは、達也。It's a good revenue stream for teaches Japanese. I'm not a good teacher though, at least not teaching languages, and also my Japanese is not good enough to teach others. So no. If anything, I prefer to teach photography. But what I like most is to take portrait photos of people while touring them around Tokyo, and that's what I plan to get back to as soon as pandemic ends. Okay, finish the beer. Oh, thank you. Congratulations on your wedding day. Thank you, Ray. Thank you. 沖縄といえばハブ酒。そうですね。ハブ酒結構面白いですね。ちょっと怖い飲み物。飲んだことあると思いますけど、そんなに美味しくなかった。You still learn Japanese when you get free time or maybe new kanji characters? Not very often these days. No, I used to, but it's not happening very often these days. ここで昼寝しよう。じゃあ昼寝はちょっとみんなにあんまり見ること面白くないと思いますので、そこから、もっと歩きましょう。Let's go. Let's get going. No slide today, by the way. Sorry about that. My slide rides will not happen very often. Serious question. Could you teach photography using a YouTube stream? I would consider it, but it would probably take some serious planning and preparation in order to be done in a way that would actually make any sense or be helpful to anyone. I think pre-recorded videos would probably be easier, but of course doing it in person is what I prefer and enjoy the most. So I used to do like street photography workshops in Tokyo before the pandemic, and I plan to go back to doing those after the pandemic again. That's a lot of fun. Although, I mean, when it comes to photography too, I'm not sure if I'm actually a great teacher. So I don't think I am. So yeah, portraits and guiding is probably what I'm better suited to do. I mean, teaching friends and so on is one thing, but if it's like strangers that pay me for doing so, then I kind of want to hold up to a certain level of quality, and I'm not sure if I'm actually the right person to do so. Good to hear that I taught you a lot about Japan and Tokyo. Yeah, I guess so. Inevitably, through all these walks. So that's fine, but then it's, you know, it's in a very casual manner, right? So, and like, even if I don't teach you anything, let me just throw my beer can. Yeah, since I'm doing these streams, like, anyone can join for free, so then I feel that whatever I do is fine. But if I charge for a service, then I feel that it needs to live up to certain standards. Huh, interesting. This used to be a tiny clothes shop, but not anymore. Now it's a tiny hipster beer bar and burgers. Oh, too bad I already had lunch. Otherwise I would have been happy to try this place out. Maybe worth keeping in mind for my next visit to this part of Tokyo. Beer and burgers, tea heaven. Yes, yes. Dinner maybe. Yeah, I don't think I will hang around here once I'm done with the stream though, but let's see. Yeah, and here I also remember last time I did a walk here, I ordered a beer here and sat down here drinking it. This is actually a Kyushu themed little food market, and you all know that I'm a big fan of Kyushu, so I should probably come back here when I'm not streaming and see if I can find something interesting. This is a nice cafe that I haven't been to. It's quite new. I think they opened relatively recently. Need to check it out sometime. Like I said, this area, just like every area of interest in Tokyo, changes a lot all the time. There's always shops closing and new ones opening up. So that's why also I feel that it's kind of fine to visit the same neighborhoods again and again, because it's a way of documenting the never-ending change of Tokyo. Local fish shop. Nice. Yeah, for those of you who are new to this area or this channel, like this part of Tokyo is really, it has the kind of old Tokyo vibe, which I am very fond of, and a lot of people are. Here's another relatively newly opened cool, fancy cafe. I've been to that one once. They had good coffee. But then, you know, they're next door to very, very old places that hasn't changed much. Let's check out the property prices. That's always fun. So this is quite cheap. 25 square meters, built 1984, 60,000 yen per month. This is quite expensive. 52 square meters, 180,000 yen, built in 1990. So it's not even that new. That's surprisingly expensive, actually. Huh. But in general, I would say this part of Tokyo, here's a 19 square meter apartment, 60,000 yen. Generally, I would say this part of Tokyo is not terribly expensive, but I could see prices around here probably going up, especially once things are going back to normal again. I can see this part of Tokyo getting more and more popular. But generally, it's I think it still has a little bit of under the radar feeling. And also, since most of the buildings are pretty old, there's not like any newly built fancy massive apartment complexes or anything like that. Everything around here is a bit on the older side. Now I want to cross here. Again, sorry, the chat is pretty active now. I'm not really reading all the messages. I would say 60,000 yen in rent is relatively low by central Tokyo standards. Finding anything cheaper than that would be difficult. Oh, I like this. But then again, those were pretty small, like 20 square meters or even smaller. So I think, yeah, this is the street that's called like Snake Road because it like really goes like this. I think it's called Hebimichi or something like that in Japanese. Hebimichi. No, not Ebimichi. Hebi. Hebi means snake. Ebi means shrimp. That's an interesting name. Shrimp Road. I wonder what that would look like. But yeah, living on 20 square meters right now would be way too small for me. But I've done that. Actually, when I lived in Nippori, I think my apartment was about 20 square meters. The place I lived in Shinjuku was also very small, like 16 square meters in Shinjuku. But that was well over 10 years ago. Are we on 5G network? No, 4G. 5G is still not so common. I mean, there's like pockets of 5G. Sometimes it switches over to 5G, but yeah, 4G is still what I'm on 90% of the time when I'm streaming. Yeah, this street might have been a creek or a river a long time ago. I don't know, but usually with streets like this, that tends to be the case. これは上野ではないですね。今日のストリームは上野に始まりましたけど、今は谷中っていう場所にいます。Can't find the first part of your Yanesen. Yeah, it got completely messed up because of the technical issues. Usually YouTube manages to fix that, but it can take some time. So we'll see. As soon as it's viewable, I will publish it again. But for now, I set it to private, so no one will be able to find it. Michael Semira says, looks like upscale houses now. Not really. These houses are pretty humble. Not what I would say upscale, no. Most houses here are pretty old and pretty small, with some exceptions. Oh yeah, I always enjoy this little street corner. I guess at some point I should also get myself a cup of coffee. No front, back or side yards. Yeah, that's Tokyo to you. Having things like yards, that's extreme luxury, which you won't really find much in the city center unless you go to like the really, really rich neighborhoods. Most Japanese houses have no yards. They're always like this. You have like your neighbor's house within an arm's length, which makes me feel like I don't really see the point of having a house at all. Then I would much rather live in an apartment. Here's an available shop. So if anyone is having a business idea, I think this would be a good location, then you can call this number. Here's a bagel shop. Maybe I should get a coffee there. No, I just had that beer. Let me walk a little bit further before I do a coffee break. Also, I'm only on 33% battery left now, so maybe I should just focus on getting to Nezu Shrine as quickly as possible and then end the stream. 33% should be enough for like an hour though. Oh yeah, here's a really cool little bookstore as well. Let me ask. Should we check it out? Not now. But yeah, you know, these kind of quiet back streets, but there's lots of really interesting small shops and restaurants. So if anyone want to know where we are currently in Bunkyo-ku, Bunkyo City. Bunkyo Ward, and the neighborhood is called Nezu. Yeah, let's see if I will do a coffee break, but even if it's a Patreon only, I need a battery charge, so we'll see. Maybe there won't be any post stream Patreon hangout today. The art college close by, the Tokyo like arts, yeah, we passed that in the beginning. It's near Ueno, so we passed that place earlier today. From here I would say it's about 20 minutes walk maybe. Yeah, there's a Swedish little furniture shop around here. I know that place. I've been there. It's not like furniture, it's more like, I don't know, small stationery items and like kind of random souvenirs with a Scandinavian theme. But I didn't find it too interesting, to be honest. Craft beer? Not open now. Excuse me, sir, what's your nationality? Please read the FAQ in the video description and you will find out. Let's see, where are we now? Good afternoon. Why are Ueno Yanesen part 1 is turned private? Because it's not working right now. We had some technical issues, and when the stream has too many technical problems, it usually ends up being really messed up on YouTube. But then after a while, YouTube fixes that, and it's back to normal after. Sometimes it takes a day or even more, sometimes just a few hours. But as soon as it's back to a state that is actually able to watch, then I will make it public again. No FAQ pin in the chat, sorry. I keep forgetting. There we go. Okay. Ray asks, Swedish owner by chance. I guess you're talking about that souvenir shop or that, yeah, Swedish shop. No, I think it's owned by a Japanese. I'm pretty sure it is. I think I need to go up here in order to get to Nezu Shrine. Building something new here. There's so many small shops and izakaya everywhere around here. Tea salon. Oh, a Hitamachi themed shop. This neighborhood too is really nice for photography. Just walking around here and snapping street photos never gets boring. I think I did a street photography workshop here in Yanaka a couple of years ago. This shop is kind of interesting too. Feels like one of these shops that has pretty much everything and nothing at the same time. Yeah, I should come back here. I should study this area. I should become a master. Know every little corner and every little restaurant around here. And then start organizing tours around here. I would enjoy that so much. There's just so much to see and do. So I think we might be able to go up here and get to Nezu Shrine. I'm not sure, but maybe the back entrance should be not too far from here. Sensei of the alleys, yeah. Oh, where is Nezu Shrine? Stop. Oh, okay, yeah. I need to go one more block this way. Then let's take the back streets. And we will soon be at Nezu Shrine. Perfect. Thanks for joining, by the way. I can't read your name, but thanks for joining the channel. Second walking today. Yeah, the first one got interrupted because of technical issues, so I took a little break and then we continued. So this is the second walk of today. Yes. And I think this one will not go on for that much longer. I think just go down to Nezu Shrine and then check out that area a little bit. Then depending on how much battery I have left, maybe a coffee. Wow. Is this a shop? Look. Tons of aquariums and fish. I like the sound of the oxygen pumps. Oh, and thank you, Full Up High, for the super chat. Thank you so much. Glad to finally say thanks for this last 6 months. Last 6 months of helping me relax and escape while studying. Thank you. I'm very happy to hear that. Oops, looks like I need to head back down to the main street. I don't think that was a pet shop or anything. I think it just had a little bit eccentric owner. Or, yeah. Ah, here it says Nezu Ginza Shrine. I think it should just be translated to Nezu Shrine, not Nezu Ginza Shrine, because Ginza means shrine. So it basically says Nezu Shrine, which doesn't make much sense. Oh, this looks like a new shop. I don't think this was here last time I came. Looks like kind of designer t-shirts and stuff. Interesting. I might take a look at that later. If you had a shop, what would you have as display in front of your shop? Good question. A very good question. I think it would depend on what shop it was, but maybe something photo related. If it was a shop that had some sort of photo connection to it, which would be quite likely if I had my own shop, like maybe a cafe that also hosted photo exhibitions or so on, then maybe I would put some nice old cameras or some photos on display. Or maybe I should just start a walking themed shop and put my old sneakers on display in front of it. Maybe that would be good. Maybe I should open a Tokyo Explorer shop where I'm just hanging out, drinking coffee whenever I'm not walking, and then I can host tours from there. That would be nice. That would be nice. Here we have it. And there's a shrine. One of my favorite shrines in Tokyo. Probably one, maybe my favorite shrine even. For some reason I really like this one. You walked a lot today, yeah. I did walk, well, really? Only 12,000 steps? Huh. I would have guessed it's way more than that. So, Yanaka Ginza. 僕の一番、多分東京の一番好きな神社。Little bit disappointed. I think usually these flowers here, when they are in bloom, it's even more beautiful. And I thought maybe that would be the season right now, but it's not. Yeah, too bad part 1 corrupted. Well, it's gonna go back online soon. It's just a matter of time. It's not gone forever. At least that has never happened before. Usually you just need to wait a little bit and Google sorts things out. Wow, we're at more than 500 viewers now. Welcome all. Welcome all. Oh wow, thank you Buds Red Hots. Thank you so much. Been watching for many months and feel the need to reward you for the many places you've taken us. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, now I can treat myself to an extra large coffee. Yeah, that's a big super chat. I really appreciate it. But since he said don't make a big deal out of this, let's not make a big deal out of it. He or she, I should say. I should not just assume that it's a he. So yeah, the main selling point of this shrine is this long tunnel of torii that might very likely end up being the cover shot for this stream. Here I need to hunch a little bit, otherwise my head will definitely hit these gates above. This is also a nice, really nice place for photos. I've done a couple of portrait shoots here actually under these gates where people want this. It's a pretty stereotypical Japanesque photo spot, but I think this shrine is still not that famous, so it's usually not so crowded. So now I'm revealing my favorite spot, my secret spots for you, but since no one can come anyway, it doesn't matter, I guess. How many gates are there? I don't know. And I actually don't know why they build these tunnel of gates. Maybe someone can explain that for us in the chat. If someone knows, anyone knows, please share your wisdom to us clueless people. Again, I'm ashamed. I live here, I do tours and all that, but my knowledge about details like that is extremely limited, which is a bit embarrassing. But again, I'd rather go out and stream and explore than sit at home and study and learn all the details. So these tori are donated by different people. Okay, can anyone donate, or do you have to be like significant, like an important person to donate? Like if I wanted to donate one of these, can I do that? How much would it cost? A lot of questions. Yeah, the tori in general, I kind of know that they are kind of the entrance to a shrine, but I'm more curious about like this, when they build long gates like this, which you see at quite a few different shrines and temple or shrines. This is not Ueno Park now. This is Nezu Shrine. I was in Ueno Park 3 hours ago. Yeah, wouldn't it be cool if we kind of crowdfunded our own Tokyo Explorer Tori Gate and got it erected at some shrine here in Tokyo, and then all of you could come join and experience it in person once travel is back again. That would be cool. Maybe we should look into something like that. Anyone can donate. Oh, thank you, Aniel Rivera. Thank you so much. Future coffee money. Thank you for your time. Thank you. Thank you. Could put a camera logo on it and a sticker with pink shorts. Yeah. I'm not sure if that would be allowed, but but yeah, that could actually be an interesting project. We have lots of fun, yeah. We have lots of funds. Still, the one lacking the most is the supercar fund, which is still entirely empty, and I suspect it will remain so forever. It's quite nice. I mean, it's still, it's a little bit, you know, it's not a super famous shrine or anything. Oh, look at all these guys. Hello. You're just chilling. You're just chilling here on the rocks. So many of you. Yeah, but I kind of like that this place is a little bit, I don't know, humble. Not super exploited, not super touristy or anything. Just a very, very beautiful shrine with a really nice little tori path and plenty of greenery. Ah, 鰹節ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。And the shrine itself is pretty beautiful as well. It's very nice, like nice colors, red and golden. But still, it's not like too clean everything, which I also think is kind of good. Like, I don't like when shrines are too well maintained. Of course, they need to be like clean and proper, but if it's like all brand new, freshly painted, it kind of loses a bit of its charm. It should have a little bit of character, I guess. Ah, did we get another Patreon member? Thank you very much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that as well. And for those of you who are new to my channel, yeah, joining me on Patreon is the best way to support my work, and it will also give you access to some Patreon only goodies. So the link is in the video description for those of you who are interested in doing that. Yeah, you can do that if you want, or you can just press the like. That's also a great way to help me, support me. You're a Latino, face racism if you move to Japan. I don't think so. No, not more than other ethnical groups, which is, to be honest, relatively yeah, Japan is not so problematic in that regard, I would say. There's some, of course, very annoying aspects, such as finding an apartment is always a big hassle, but in general, yeah, that's about as bad as it gets. So I think I will. It looks like there's a place to sit down in the shade down here. I think I will do that while checking the last messages in the chat, and then I will wrap up today's walk because my battery is down to 20% now. But I hope you enjoyed these couple of hours that we've been walking today, despite the interruption. I had a great time. It was a wonderful, wonderful walk today, passing through some of my favorite parts of Tokyo. And also what I said in the beginning about super chats and motivations, I think this might very well have been the most generous day ever since I started this channel in terms of super chats. So big thank you to everybody who supported me that way. Really appreciate that. And please activate the translator option. I don't know if it's possible to do translations while live streaming. It's nothing, I've never switched off anything like that. And I want to have my streams as accessible as possible, but I don't know if there's if it's possible. But I will look into it and see if there's some setting I can change. But yeah, thank you all, and I think, not sure, but maybe I will be able to do a night stream tomorrow, and then there's the weekend coming up, and as long as the weather isn't all too horrible, I will try to do daytime streams this weekend as well. But as always, I don't really have any set schedule, and it all depends on how busy everything else is. Oh, did Fungus come in and with some kimchi natto money as well? Thank you very much. Thank you, Fungus. Yeah, thank you all. Wow, you've been super generous today. That's great. I appreciate it. Rainy night live stream. Yeah, if it rains, then night stream is usually what I prefer, because those always looks nice. But yeah, that will be it for now. And thank you all, and see you next time. And soda. Yeah, I think the battery is really not much left, so probably no post-stream Patreon chat today, I'm afraid. But definitely this weekend, after my streams, I will do post-stream Patreon hangouts as well. So if you want to make sure to join those, the link to my Patreon is in the video description. Okay, bye bye. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Heido. Heido. Mata ne. Auf Wiedersehen.